So, have you ever had that feeling, like you're standing at the bottom of a mountain and you know you've got everything it takes to climb it, but you just don't have the map? Well, today we're unpacking a really powerful blueprint from SammyCentral that's all about how to turn the skills and passions you already have into multiple streams of income. All right, let's dive in.
Yeah, if this one hits home, you are so not alone. It's that classic feeling, right? You've got all these puzzle pieces laid out on the table, but you have no idea what the final picture is supposed to look like. It's a huge sticking point for so many people. But the good news is, there really is a clear path forward.
And right here, this is the big idea. This is the whole foundation of what we're talking about today. The solution isn't out there somewhere. You don't have to go find it. It's about finally recognizing and, using the value you already have inside of you.
Okay, so let's start by just blowing up the first major myth that stops so many of us before we even begin. It's this idea that you have to go on some big, elaborate quest to find your one perfect niche. This is so important. Your niche isn't some treasure you have to go discover. It's really just a reflection of who you already are. I mean, think about it for a second. What's that one topic you could talk about for hours without getting tired? What's the thing your friends and family are always asking you for advice about? Right there, that's your starting point. So once you realize you've already got the assets, the very next step is all in your head. It's about completely shifting the way you think about work, about money, and about the value you bring to the world. And this right here is why most people never get started. It's this toxic trio. First, there's fear, that big what if it all goes wrong. Then comes its best friend, doubt, that little voice whispering, seriously, who are you to do this? And those two things combined lead to a total lack of clarity, where you just end up spinning your wheels going nowhere. It's a powerful combo that keeps people stuck.
And you know what the antidote is? It's so simple, it's almost kind of funny. Action. The only way, and I mean the only way, to beat fear and dissolve that cloud of doubt is to just move. Take one small step. Because that tiny bit of forward motion proves the doubt wrong. And that's how you build momentum. That's how you find your clarity.
And this slide just lays out the mindset shift perfectly. We're moving away from that old traditional view of work, one job, one paycheck, one boss, to seeing yourself as a business. You have multiple lanes of value, which lead to multiple paychecks. And best of all, you're the boss. So the big question is, how do you figure out what your lanes could even be? Well, it all starts with a super practical step, taking a personal asset inventory. Now look, this is a step you really don't want to just rush through. Take some real time with this. Go through each of these prompts and be brutally honest with yourself. The answers you dig up here, these are the raw materials for your future income streams. Your past struggles, your biggest wins, your unique life experiences, even your weirdest hobbies. Trust me, it all counts.
I mean, how powerful is this reframe? It's time to stop thinking you need one more degree or one more certification. The life you have already lived has perfectly qualified you to help someone who's just a few steps behind you on that same path.
Okay, so you've done the work, you've mapped out all your assets. Now, let's get into how we turn that inventory into a simple, straightforward action plan. And the most important thing to remember here is focus. This isn't about building 10 different income streams tomorrow. That's a recipe for burnout. You just need to start with 2 or 3 solid lanes. That's it.
So how do you pick those first 2 or 3? Simple. You run your list of assets through this 3-part filter. First, do you actually have real skill here? Second, is this something other people actually need help with? And third, can you see a pretty clear way to make money from it in the next 90 days? If you can say yes to all 3, boom, that's a lane.
Now, once you've picked your lanes, how do you actually get them moving? Well, no matter which paths you choose, they all run on the same fuel, and that fuel is content. This part is absolutely non-negotiable. Content is how you find your people, show them you know what you're talking about, and build the trust that has to be there before anyone will ever buy anything from you.
I absolutely love this quote. Just think about it. Every single post, every video, every email you create is out there in the world working for you around the clock, building relationships for you even while you sleep. All right, now for the really exciting part. Let's talk about how to turn this whole blueprint into actual, real-life income.
According to the blueprint, these are the most direct paths to making that first dollar online. And notice the range here, right? You've got things like digital products that can scale infinitely, and you've also got high-touch services like one-on-one coaching. You don't have to do them all. Just start with the one that feels the most doable for you right now.
Okay, if the word selling makes your skin crawl a little bit, this slide is for you. We have to reframe this. When you truly, genuinely believe in the solution you're offering, sharing it with someone who needs it isn't pushy, it's not sleazy, it's an act of generosity. It's service.
You know, building anything that actually lasts takes time. It just does. So let's shift gears and talk about the mindset you're going to need to stay in the game long enough to see the incredible results.
And here's the hard truth. This is one of the most important things to get. Most people quit right before all their hard work starts to pay off, right before that compound effect really kicks in. The people who ultimately win aren't always the most talented. They're the ones who are the most consistent. They just didn't stop.
So when, not if, but when you hit those slow seasons and those plateaus, this is your survival guide. First, zoom out. Stop looking at today and look at how far you've come in the last 6 months. Next, go back to your why. Why did you start this in the first place? And finally, you just have to trust the process. Have faith that all those small, consistent efforts are building something, even when you can't see it yet.
And we'll land the plane on this core belief from the source material. It's a reminder to keep the faith and keep building, not just when things are awesome and easy, but in every single season of the journey, even this one.
So, there you have it. This isn't just a bunch of ideas. It's a practical, actionable blueprint. You have the map. So the only question left is the one right here on the screen. What's the very first brick you're going to lay this week?